Welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. As you can see, I've got all my Spectrum golf gear on because the first annual Autism Awareness Golf Tournament had an incredible kickoff, and I can't wait to show you what happened.
All hands on deck as 13-year-old Carter Bonus of Spectrum Golf set up the course for his first annual Autism Awareness Golf Tournament, which undoubtedly was a who's who event. Swag bags and gear set to go, vendors too. In no time, golfers began pouring into the country club of Coral Springs, each one greeted with goodies. Not only adults, but also kids Carter coaches through his nonprofit Carter's Spectrum Golf. The Broward County Sheriff's Office instrumental in supporting Carter's golf program through a grant which provides free golf gear for participants.
Unbelievable coach. He really is. It's fun to watch him just teach in general, let alone golf, which makes it cooler to me. But he's a very good, I guess you can call it an educator, because he can explain things to people in a way that I think most couldn't think of on their own, but they can comprehend when he explains it.
Carter has been doing business in this area for over 3 years now, and city leaders know him. Coral Springs Commissioner Joshua Simmons with a big hug and handshake for Carter. The mayor of Coral Springs there too.
I'm very happy to be here in my capacity as Carter's friend and also the mayor of Coral Springs. What he's doing for our community and for children with autism is wonderful. He's an extraordinary young man with a bright future, and I'm happy to partner with him today.
A steady stream of golfers rolling out, heading to their first tee. Dozens of teams partnering up to take a swing at securing a prize while raising money to generate autism awareness.
There you go. That's all right. We love you, Carter. We support you. Keep doing what you're doing.
So aim for the guy in the golf cart.
There you go. Half a barrel to the right of him.
Along the circuit, Zach the Hammer, whose title says it all.
I'm here to help fundraise for autism awareness, especially and also Carter Spectrum today. And the reason why, because I'm actually on the spectrum myself, and growing up, it wasn't easy for me to actually be normal like the other kids. And I had to take like extra classes just to get my speech correctly, and also how to socialize and having friends and being around gatherings and stuff. And I basically want to just give back to people, that parents that have children that are on the spectrum, that it's not the end of the world, everyone.
Also on the green, players from the nonprofit For Life, which was founded by LPGA golf pro Paula Pearson Tucker and NFL Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. Just like Carter, the organization uses the game of golf as an empowerment tool to coach children on impactful skills for life.
Some people don't get this experience, so I'm happy to be out here today with my fellow partners.
This tournament was not only about playing golf, but educating others about what autistic golfers can see when they play the game or do anything else.
There's an angle that you have to look to see where the ball is at. When you think it's far away from you, it's actually closer to you than it's far away.
Yes, it has the sensory overload. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's like when they're having a sensory overload. So can you try and putt?
I can't even see the green. You see anything? No. I can see a whole lot of nothing. Interesting. I mean, I can't really see nothing, so I don't know how he saw anything. So, but I'll tell you, that's strange and amazing. I'll tell you what, strange and amazing.
So Carter, what happens when you put the glasses on?
It's kind of familiar. Normally gets a sensory overload when I go outside. Like every single time I go outside. The best way I can describe it is just when you go outside, everything's super bright and your vision is all weird and it's kind of scary for the first time it happens. But it's kind of just normal.
These demonstrations and activities, all thanks to Carter's sponsors. K-12 is this year's title sponsor. Virtual schooling allowing Carter to travel to golf shows and play in tournaments without missing a lesson.
In our country, I think, we're trying to sort of fit too many kids through a very standard model of education that it just, for whatever reason, doesn't fit the need of that child and that family. And I think what we try to do is we try to provide an outlet for an avenue for those families to allow their children to succeed, to thrive. And, and that's really all we're doing is we're providing a mechanism for really special kids like Carter to thrive. And hopefully we've been able to do that with Carter, and hopefully we're able to do that for other families. I think we are.
We felt that given the number of autistic children who are bullied in schools, that this opportunity with Carter and Carter's Foundation and Carter's work was a perfect match.
Across the course, golfers were giving it their all.
Carter, I want to tell you, you are doing an amazing job. Not every day is going to be easy, but listen, you're putting something out in the world that's going to help other people. It's going to change lives. And that's all we can do with the time we got. And you are an incredible young man. Keep it going, persevere. And I cannot wait to continue to follow you for the rest of your life.
This golf tournament was far from over. It was time to celebrate those in the winner's circle. A bevy of prizes and gifts going out for a series of challenges, from the golfers closest to the pin to beat the golf pro, best score, longest shot, and more.
It's Sports Illustrated magazine, and he signed this to you, James, and to K-12. He said one CEO to another.
There were also special guests in the room from the South Florida Postal Customer Council, a partnership between Broward, West Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast to build a bridge between businesses, nonprofits, and commercial mailers with the U.S. Postal Service. This is what they wanted to share with Carter.
Together we have the power to amplify Carter's message and foster an environment to support and empowers not only him, but all those that dare to dream. By standing hand in hand, we send a resounding message to the world that every individual, regardless of their background or abilities, plays a role in shaping a brighter future. So let us join in a round of applause, not just for Carter Bonanz, but for the spirit of the possibility he involves, as we present him with the framed artwork of the All of Commerce stamp. Let it serve as a symbol of an unwavering support and belief that he has had in his journey. Thank you, Carter, for inspiring us all. Your journey is not just the beginning. We are honored to stand you by your side as you continue to soar to new heights. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
The inspiring presentation leading Mayor Scott Brooks to get a little emotional.
Carter, you're an amazing human being, an amazing leader, and on behalf of the city of Coral Springs, I just want to give you my gratitude and my love and say thank you for your leadership and your kindness for our community and communities beyond. You are an incredible young man.
What did I tell you? An incredible kickoff. And, some of the people I spoke to, they had so much more to say, and I just couldn't get it all in one story. So I thought I would just dedicate this show to some of the other things that were said and mentioned. And I tell you what, Zach Hammer really stood out. I want you to hear what else he had to say.
Yeah. So can you tell me why you're here?
Well, I'm here to help fundraise for autism awareness, especially and also Carter spectrum today. And the reason why, because I'm actually on the spectrum myself, and growing up, it wasn't easy for me to actually be normal like the other kids. And I had to take like extra classes just to get my speech correctly, and also how to socialize and having friends and being around gatherings and stuff. And I basically want to just give back to people parents that have children that are on the spectrum, that it's not the end of the world, everyone. Every person has a chance to live a normal life, as long as you just love them and cherish them forever, and let them go after their dreams. That's what I doing now. I went after my dreams. Now I'm traveling over the country, helping raise money for different charities.
What does it mean to you to be able to make your own money? I know it's difficult for a lot of people who are diagnosed with autism to find work.
That's right. So basically, when I started going down work, I started work when I was like 18. I had to lie to people that I'm not on the spectrum. Otherwise, I won't be able to get the job or anything. Even back then, if you say you're autistic, they won't hire you because of your condition. But I had to keep it in, just keep it down, and myself not to express myself. I just had to try to be as normal as possible just to get the job.
And so what does it mean to you now to be able to express yourself as you are, as Carter always say, embracing your difference or embrace your difference?
Oh yes, always embrace your difference. Always be open and just say to the world that you're autistic and that nothing can stop you to go after your dreams.
So how did you learn to do this?
Well, basically, I've been a golfer. I played in high school and also in college. And I've always been like the long drive hitter and stuff. And it wasn't until like COVID when I started getting into a long drive. Then once I got into a long drive, I didn't have to say I'm on the spectrum. I had to keep it secretive, because if someone says something, people won't take me seriously. So it's not till like this year I'm actually opening up to people that I'm on the spectrum. And then since I'm actually doing more charity events, I'm doing this for 2 years, raising money for charities, and it's been amazing.
You're awesome.
Zach was so great. He's such a great individual. If you are having a golf tournament, I suggest and recommend that you bring him on. So much fun. Also, there was another great story. The president of K-12, if you noticed, he wasn't wearing a K-12 shirt. He was wearing the Tony Bennett Memorial Foundation. And he had more to tell about his story, about why he created that foundation.
I am president of K-12 schools and also founder and chairman of the Tony Bennett Memorial Foundation.
And what is the foundation?
So the foundation was founded in 2016 in memory of our son, Tony, who took his life in 2016. And what we do is we help families who lose loved ones to suicide by helping with final expenses, grief counseling. We also provide about $35,000 a year to our local high school seniors in southern Indiana, and also sponsor a number of activities that deal with suicide prevention and awareness. And we felt that given the number of autistic children who are bullied in schools, that this opportunity with Carter and Carter's Foundation and Carter's work was a perfect match.
During the story, I didn't really get a chance to share much about Beat the Golf Pro, but I wanted you to meet the pro behind it.
Jones. I'm a pro at Backswing Golf Events. We raise money for several charities over the U.S. and today we're out here supporting Carter Spectrum and his golf and what he provides for the autistic community. I started golf late in life, but my dad brought me up into it, and he loves golf, and he played in college. And then about freshman year of high school, I got into golf and caught the bug, and that's kind of when I started taking it seriously. I ended up playing at North Carolina and ended up moving down to Florida to pursue it professionally. Played on the Symetra Tour, just like the Corn Ferry for the women. And yeah, still pursuing it to this day. So I'm thankful for this opportunity to be here, and yeah.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So what makes you a professional on the backswing, by the way?
Oh.
Just curious.
Okay, so it's a group of lady professionals. There's about 200 of us in the U.S., and we all compete, but in between our own tournaments, we come out and support these charities and help raise money by hitting shots. We do a Beat the Pro, closest pin challenge game sometimes. Sometimes we do other games, but today we're doing Beat the Pro, and it's just a fun way to raise some money. So.
One last final shout out, and that goes to Finnegan Wilson. I tell you, he was riding along with me for most of the day in the golf cart. He is a student at the University of Miami, and he was covering Carter and his mom, Dr. Thelma Tinney. It was for a special project for school, but I can't wait to see it. He's also already working for NBC6 as a director, and I know he's just going to do great. I just enjoyed him so much. So, way to go, Finnegan, or Finn, as he calls himself. So look forward to that story. Thank you for watching Newsworthy Stories. If you missed the top of the show, at least you can watch the highlights.